and welcome back to the channel. Get ready for a dose of pure, unadulterated cuteness, because today we're spending a whole day with a very special little friend. Meet Pip, our baby alpaca, or, as they're properly called, a cria. Isn't he just the fluffiest little thing you've ever seen? Our day starts bright and early, just as the sun peeks over the rolling green hills. Pip is already awake, nestled beside his mom, Luna. See how he nudges her gently? That's his way of saying, "Good morning, Mom. I'm ready for breakfast." For a cria like Pip, Mom's milk is the most important meal of the day.
It's packed with all the nutrients he needs to grow big and strong.
Look at his little tail wiggle with happiness. It's moments like these that just melt your heart. He's so content and safe right next to her. After a hearty breakfast, it's time for some morning stretches. Pip wobbles a bit on his long, slender legs. He's still getting the hang of them. He takes a few clumsy steps, then a little hop, and another one. It's like he's practicing his very own dance routine. Alpacas are naturally curious, and Pip is no exception. He's already started to nibble on some soft grass, mimicking his mom. While he won't really start eating solids for a few more weeks, he's learning by watching her every move. This is how young alpacas learn the ropes of herd life. Now, what's a morning without a little bit of playtime? The rest of the herd is starting to stir, and Pip sees his chance. He trots over to the other crias, his little ears perked with excitement. They chased each other around the pasture in a game of tag, their fluffy coats bouncing with every leap. It's a whirlwind of fluff and fun. This isn't just play. It's also crucial for their social development. They're learning to communicate, setting boundaries, and forming bonds that will last a lifetime. Look at them go! Pip is definitely one of the most energetic little guys in the bunch. As the midday sun climbs higher, the herd decides it's time for a little siesta. Alpacas are smart. They know how to conserve energy during the warmest part of the day. They find a nice shady spot under a big oak tree. Pip, after all that running around, is more than ready for a nap. He cuddles up right next to Luna again. This position is called cushing. It's how alpacas rest, with their legs tucked neatly underneath their body. It allows them to relax, but also be ready to stand up quickly if needed. Let's not wake the sleeping. He looks so peaceful, dreaming his little alpaca dreams. Once the afternoon heat subsides, it's time for one of Pip's favorite activities, the dust bath. This might look a little silly, but it is. Actually, Alpaca Hygiene 101. They find a dry patch of dirt and roll around in it with pure joy. This helps to clean their fleece, get rid of any pesky insects, and protect their skin from the sun. Pip dives right in, kicking his legs in the air and covering himself from head to toe in dust. He looks like a little powdered donut. After a good shake, he's all clean and ready for more adventures. It's a natural spa day. Later in the afternoon, we have a special treat for the herd. It's time for their favorite snack. Some nutritious alpaca pellets and sweet, crunchy carrots. The moment they hear the rustle of the bag, the whole herd comes trotting over. Pip is right at the front, his nose twitching with anticipation. He carefully takes a small piece of carrot from my hand with his soft lips. It's amazing how gentle these animals are. Feeding them is such a peaceful and rewarding experience. You can see the trust in their big, dark eyes. Pip seems to really enjoy his crunchy snack. As the sun begins to set, casting a beautiful golden glow across the farm, a sense of calm settles over the herd. The energetic games of the morning have given way to quiet grazing. Pip stays close to his mom, mimicking her as she grazes on the sweet evening grass. The herd often hums softly to each other during this time. It's a gentle, melodic sound that's incredibly soothing. It's their way of communicating and reassuring each other that all is well. This is the peaceful end to a busy day, a time for family and togetherness. The sky is now a canvas of orange, pink, and purple. It's time for the herd to settle down for the night. They gather together in a group, finding a safe, sheltered spot in the pasture. This instinct to stick together provides warmth and protection. Pip finds his usual spot, nestled right up against Luna's warm, woolly side. He lets out a big yawn. His long day of exploring, playing and learning, finally catching up to him. As darkness falls, the gentle humming continues, a lullaby for a sleeping herd. Good night, little Pip! Dream of sunny days and green pastures. And that brings us to the end of our unforgettable day with Baby Pip. From his wobbly first steps in the morning to his peaceful slumber under the stars, we've seen just how special and full of wonder a day in the life of a cria can be. These intelligent, gentle, and incredibly charming animals have so much to teach us about living in the moment and the importance of family. It's been an absolute joy sharing this experience with all of you. Thank you so much for joining us on this fluffy adventure. If you loved spending the day with Pip as much as we did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel for more heartwarming moments from the farm. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Until next time, stay curious and have a wonderful day. High up in the rocky slopes of the American West, where the air is thin and the wind whispers ancient secrets, a new life begins. Tucked away in a cozy den, deep beneath a jumble of stones, a tiny American pika is born. Blind, nearly hairless, and no bigger than a strawberry. Our story's hero is completely dependent on its mother. For the first few weeks, the world is a symphony of muffled sounds and the comforting warmth of family. Its mother is a whirlwind of activity, constantly dashing out to gather fresh alpine flowers and grasses, transforming them into nutritious milk for her growing baby. Inside the den, it's a time of rapid growth. Our little pika, along with its siblings, huddles close for warmth. Its eyes, still sealed shut, will soon open to a world of breathtaking beauty. Its tiny squeaks are a constant chorus, a call for food and comfort. The mother pika is a master forager. She knows every nook and cranny of her territory, selecting only the most tender and nutritious plants. Each trip is a race against time and a gamble against predators like weasels and eagles, but her maternal instinct is a powerful force. Around 4 weeks old, a momentous day arrives. Our baby pika's eyes open for the first time. The dim light of the den is replaced by slivers of brilliant sunshine filtering through the cracks in the rocks. Curiosity, a defining trait of its species, begins to stir. Driven by this newfound sense of wonder, it takes its first wobbly steps towards the entrance of the den. The world outside is a dizzying mosaic of giant boulders, vibrant green meadows, and a sky so vast and blue it seems endless. The crisp mountain air fills its lungs, a stark contrast to the familiar scent of its underground home. Its first venture out is tentative. It stays close to the den's entrance, a fluffy, wide-eyed ball of fur mimicking its mother's every move. It watches her, a furry blur of motion, as she meticulously gathers vegetation. This is its first lesson in survival. The pika doesn't hibernate, so it must spend the short summer months collecting and drying food to create a massive hay pile that will sustain it through the harsh, snowy winter. Our little one starts by nibbling on nearby leaves, its tiny teeth getting their first real workout. Life on the talus slope is a constant lesson in vigilance. The pika's world is full of sounds, and it quickly learns to distinguish the rustle of a harmless ground squirrel from the shadow of a hawk.
Its mother communicates with a sharp, high-pitched eep.
A versatile call that can signal danger, announce her presence, or claim territory. Our baby pika soon finds its own voice, practicing its squeaks, which will one day become the iconic alarm call that echoes across the mountainsides. As the days grow longer, our young pika becomes bolder. It starts to accompany its mother on short foraging trips, learning to identify the best plants, Indian paintbrush, alpine avens, and fireweed. It watches her carefully lay out the cuttings on sun-drenched rocks too dry, preventing them from molding in the hay pile. This isn't just about food. It's an inherited wisdom, a blueprint for survival passed down through generations. The little pika starts its own tiny collection. A miniature hay pile that's more practice than provision, but a vital step towards independence. The summer is a fleeting, magical time of abundance and learning. Our pika, now nearly full-grown and almost indistinguishable from its parents, has mastered the art of the harvest. It can scamper up steep rock faces with astonishing agility, its padded feet gripping the stone like tiny climbing shoes. It carries bouquets of flowers and grasses in its mouth, sometimes so large they obscure its vision, navigating its familiar routes by memory. It's a race against the coming cold, a frantic, energetic dance of survival. But the mountain is not just a pantry. It's also a playground. We see our Pika chasing siblings over boulders, tumbling in the soft alpine grasses, and basking in the warm afternoon sun. These moments of play are crucial, helping to strengthen its muscles and hone the reflexes it will need to evade predators and navigate its treacherous home. Life is a delicate balance between hard work and the simple joy of being a wild creature in a stunning landscape. As summer begins to fade, a change is in the air. The time has come for our young Pika to leave the safety of its family and find a territory of its own. It's a daunting prospect, but a necessary part of the Pika life cycle. After a final nuzzle with its mother, our hero sets off, a solitary explorer in a vast, rocky world. It will travel, searching for an unoccupied patch of talus with good foraging nearby, a place to call its own. Finally, after days of searching, it finds the perfect spot, a sheltered crevice, access to a meadow bursting with late-season growth, and a commanding view of the surroundings. The real work begins now! With the first snowflakes already beginning to fall, our Pika works tirelessly, adding to the hay pile that will be its lifeline through the long winter. Its once playful squeaks now become assertive territorial calls, warning off any rivals. It has completed its journey from a helpless baby to a self-sufficient adult, alone, but perfectly equipped for the challenges ahead. Our American Pika is ready for the winter, a testament to the incredible resilience of life in the high mountains. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey into the life of a baby Pika. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next wildlife adventure. See you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Get ready to have your hearts melted, because today we're spending an entire day with a baby Arctic fox. Let's journey to the vast, chilly tundra and follow one of these adorable, fluffy white pups as it explores its incredible world for the first time. Our story begins as the pale morning sun peeks over the horizon, casting a soft, golden glow on the snow-covered landscape. Tucked away in a cozy underground den, a tiny ball of white fur begins to stir. This is our little hero, just a few weeks old, surrounded by his sleeping brothers and sisters. His mother, the vixen, has already left to hunt for the family's breakfast. Driven by curiosity, our little pup wiggles free from the warm pile of siblings. He takes his first wobbly steps towards the tunnel leading outside. The world beyond the den is a vast expanse of white and blue, and the crisp, cold air tickles his nose. He pokes his head out, his dark, curious eyes blinking in the bright light. This is his first real look at the immense, beautiful, and sometimes intimidating world he will call home. With a surge of courage, he scrambles out of the den. His paws, perfectly designed with thick fur to act like snowshoes, sink slightly into the fresh powder. Every little thing is a wonder. A gust of wind ruffles his thick coat, and he playfully pounces at it. Tumbling head over heels in the soft snow, he discovers a small, hardy tundra plant poking through the ice and gives it a tentative sniff, his whiskers twitching. He's learning about his environment one sniff and one stumble at a time. Suddenly, a shadow swoops overhead. It's a snowy owl, a potential predator. Our little fox instinctively freezes, his white coat providing the perfect camouflage against the snow. He's completely still, blending in seamlessly until the danger has passed. This is a vital survival lesson learned in a heart-pounding moment. It's a stark reminder that life in the Arctic is not just about play. It's about staying alert and using your natural gifts to survive. A little while later, a familiar scent wafts on the breeze. It's his mother, returning from her hunt. He lets out an excited yip and bounds towards her, his tiny tail wagging furiously. She greets him with a gentle nudge, a small lemming held firmly in her jaws. The whole family tumbles out of the den, eager for their morning meal. Our pup gets his share, learning how to eat solid food. It's a chaotic, happy family reunion. With full bellies, it's time for play and more lessons. His father is back at the den now, standing guard. The pups engage in a rowdy game of chase, nipping at each other's tails and practicing their pounces. These games aren't just for fun. They are crucial for developing the strength, agility, and hunting skills they will need as adults. Our little fox chases his sister around a rock. They roll and tumble, their happy yips echoing in the quiet air. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent, our pup spots his father doing something interesting. He's listening intently, his head cocked to one side, focused on a patch of snow. Suddenly, he leaps high into the air and dives headfirst into the snowdrift. He emerges moments later with a vole. Our pup watches, mesmerized. This is the classic Arctic fox hunting technique, and he's just had his first lesson. He tries to imitate his father, awkwardly pouncing into the snow, but comes up empty-pawed and covered in powder. He shakes it off, undeterred. Practice makes perfect. The light begins to fade, painting the sky in breathtaking shades of pink, orange, and purple. A chill returns to the air. The vixen calls to her pups, a soft, chuffing sound that means it's time to return to the warmth and safety of the den. One by one, the fluffy siblings follow her back down the tunnel. Our little adventurer is the last to go. He takes one final look at the twilight world, the stars beginning to twinkle in the darkening sky. It has been a day of firsts. His first real breath of Arctic air, his first taste of the hunt, his first brush with danger, and his first glimpse of the vastness of his home. He's tired but filled with the thrill of discovery. He turns and disappears into the den, curling up against his mother for a long, restful sleep. As he drifts off, he dreams of chasing snowflakes and pouncing in the endless white fields of the tundra. He's safe, he's loved, and he's learning every day how to be a magnificent Arctic fox. What an unforgettable day for a tiny creature in a massive, magical world. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey. If you loved spending the day with our baby Arctic fox, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing wildlife stories. We'll see you in the next video. Deep in the heart of a sun-dappled forest, a new day was dawning, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. Tucked away in a cozy den, a tiny bear cub named Barnaby blinked open his sleepy eyes. A gentle nudge from his mother was his wake-up call. It was time for another adventure. But little did he know, this day would be unlike any other. The air was thick with the sweet scent of pine and damp earth. Barnaby, with his fluffy brown fur and curious nose, wobbled out of the den, his paws sinking slightly into the soft ground. His mother led the way, her massive form a comforting presence beside him. Their first stop, the berry patch. For a growing cub, breakfast was serious business. He watched his mother expertly pluck the ripest berries, her claws gentle yet precise. Barnaby tried to mimic her, standing on his hind legs and reaching for a juicy-looking cluster. He tumbled backward with a soft thud. A few berries clutched triumphantly in his paw. Success! He gobbled them down, the sweet juice a delightful explosion in his mouth. Learning to find your own food was the first big lesson of the day. With their bellies full, it was time for a different kind of lesson. Fishing! They padded down to the riverbank, where the water rushed over smooth, gray stones. The sound was a symphony of nature, a constant, powerful hum. Barnaby had seen his mother do this many times, but today, he was going to try. He watched, fascinated, as she waded into the cool water, her eyes scanning beneath the surface. With a sudden, powerful swipe of her paw, a glistening salmon was sent flying onto the bank. It looked so easy. Barnaby, filled with confidence, dipped his own little paw into the current. The water was colder than he expected, and much stronger. He splashed and swiped, but the quick, silvery fish darted away from his clumsy attempts. He got more wet than anything else, shaking his head and sending droplets flying everywhere. His mother watched with a patient, knowing look. Fishing, he realized, required a lot more than just enthusiasm. It required patience. After his failed fishing attempt, Barnaby needed to dry off. What better way than a good old-fashioned roll in a patch of sun-warmed moss? He tumbled and twisted, the soft green carpet tickling his fur. As he was rolling, a flash of brilliant blue caught his eye. A butterfly! He'd never seen one so close before. It fluttered its delicate wings, dancing in the air just above his nose. Forgetting everything else, Barnaby began to play. He pounced and chased, his clumsy cub movements a stark contrast to the butterfly's graceful flight. It led him on a merry chase through a field of wildflowers, a kaleidoscope of colors all around him. He wasn't trying to catch it, not really. He was just dancing with it. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated joy, a reminder that the forest was full of magic and wonder, not just lessons and food. As the sun began to climb higher in the sky, a new scent drifted on the breeze. It was sweet, sticky, and utterly irresistible. Honey! His mother had caught the scent too, and she began to move with a new purpose. They followed the scent to a tall, ancient oak tree. High up in a hollow, a beehive buzzed with activity. Now, this was a lesson Barnaby was very excited about. His mother, a seasoned honey hunter, knew exactly what to do. She stood on her hind legs, her powerful claws tearing at the bark to widen the opening. The bees swarmed, a buzzing cloud of protest, but her thick fur was the perfect protection. Barnaby watched from a safe distance, his mouth already watering. Soon, his mother pulled out a huge chunk of golden honeycomb, dripping with liquid gold. She dropped a piece for him, and he eagerly lapped up the sticky sweetness. It was the most delicious thing he had ever tasted. He got it all over his snout, his paws, his chest. A sticky, happy mess. This was a treat with a few bee stings, he decided. The taste of wild honey, a reward for bravery and strength, was a flavor he would never forget. Later that afternoon, with the sun casting long shadows through the trees, it was time for a nap. They found a sheltered spot under the branches of a giant fir tree. Barnaby curled up against his mother's warm, soft side, his belly full of berries, fish, and honey. He was exhausted, but in the best possible way. Every muscle ached with the day's exertions, and his mind was buzzing with new experiences. He dreamt of chasing butterflies through fields of flowers, of the cold rush of the river against his paws, and of the incredible, overwhelming sweetness of honey. He was learning the ways of the forest, the skills he would need to survive and thrive. But more than that, he was learning about joy, patience, and the simple beauty of the world around him. As dusk settled over the forest, the air grew cool. Barnaby woke up, feeling refreshed. The world was now bathed in the soft, silvery light of the moon. It was a different kind of beautiful. The sounds of the day were replaced by the chirping of crickets and the distant hoot of an owl. His mother was awake, her ears twitching at every sound, ever watchful. She led him to a clearing where they could see the stars. Barnaby had never really paid attention to the night sky before. He looked up, and his jaw dropped. The sky was a vast, dark blanket sprinkled with countless glittering diamonds. It was bigger and more beautiful than anything he had ever seen. He felt very, very small, but not in a scary way. He felt like he was part of something immense and wonderful. His mother let out a soft rumble, a sound of contentment. She nudged him closer, and they sat there together, mother and cub, watching the stars. In that quiet moment, Barnaby felt a deep sense of peace and belonging. He had learned to find food, to play, and to appreciate the sweet rewards of a little effort. But perhaps the most important lesson of the day was this. The world was full of wonders, from the smallest butterfly to the vast starry sky, and the best way to experience it was with someone you love by your side. As the first hints of another dawn approached, they made their way back to the den. Barnaby was no longer the same wobbly cub who had left that morning. He was a little stronger, a little wiser, and a lot stickier. He curled up in the familiar warmth of the den, his head full of memories. It had been a long, exciting, and truly unforgettable day. And he knew, with a happy sigh, that tomorrow would bring a whole new adventure. Thank you so much for joining us on Barnabas's incredible day. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of the forest, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more amazing stories
from the wild.
We love sharing the magic of nature with you. See you next time! Once upon a time, nestled deep in a sun-dappled meadow, lived a tiny baby bunny named Pip. Pip was the smallest in his family, with fur as white as a dandelion puff and ears as pink as a sunrise. This morning, something felt different. A gentle breeze whispered through the burrow, carrying scents of adventure and wild strawberries. Today, Pip squeaked to himself, is going to be an unforgettable day. He hopped out of the burrow, his little nose twitching with excitement. The world was a kaleidoscope of color. Bright yellow buttercups tickled his chin, and tall green blades of grass swayed like they were dancing just for him. His mother had told him, "Stay close to the burrow, Pip." But the world was just too big and exciting to ignore. His curiosity, like his little cottontail, bounced him further and further into the meadow. Suddenly, a flash of brilliant blue caught his eye. Perched on a branch was a bluebird, singing a melody so sweet it made the flowers smile. "Hello," chirped Pip. The bluebird, whose name was Sky, tilted his head. "Well, hello there, little one. What brings you so far from your home?" Pip explained his quest for an unforgettable day. Sky puffed out his chest and sang, "Then follow me. I'll show you something amazing." Sky flew from tree to tree, with Pip hopping eagerly below. They arrived at a sparkling stream, its water gurgling over smooth, gray stones. On the other side was a field of the reddest, juiciest wild strawberries Pip had ever seen. His tummy rumbled, but the stream was too wide for his little legs to jump. "Oh no," he sighed, his ears drooping. How could he get across? Just then, a wise old tortoise named Sheldon ambled over. He had a shell that looked like a map of the world, with cracks and lines from all his travels. "A little bunny with a big problem, I see," Sheldon said in a slow, kind voice. He looked at the stream, then at Pip. "Patience, young one. The quickest path isn't always the best one." Sheldon pointed his head downstream to where a large, mossy log formed a perfect, natural bridge. Pip's face lit up. "Thank you, Sheldon," he exclaimed. He carefully hopped onto the log, his little heart thumping with a mix of fear and excitement. He wobbled once or twice, but kept his eyes focused on the other side. With a final, triumphant hop, he landed safely in the strawberry patch.
Sky the bluebird landed beside him, chirping a victory song.
The strawberries were even more delicious than he had imagined, sweet juice dripping down his chin. After eating his fill, Pip knew it was time to share his discovery. With the help of his new friends, he gathered some of the biggest strawberries, carrying them carefully in a large leaf. Sheldon showed him a shortcut back through the woods, a path he'd never seen before, lined with fragrant pine needles. Sky flew ahead, his blue wings a beacon in the afternoon sun, making sure the path was safe. When Pip arrived back at the burrow, his family was worried. But when they saw the giant strawberries and the happy glow on Pip's face, their worry turned to joy. He told them all about his adventure, about the dancing grass, the singing bluebird, the wise tortoise, and the sparkling stream. His brothers and sisters listened with wide eyes, munching on the delicious fruit. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, Pip snuggled close to his mother. He was tired, but his heart was full. He had journeyed far, faced a challenge, and made wonderful new friends. He learned that adventure is exciting, but sharing it with those you love is even better. He also learned that sometimes the best way forward is not the most obvious one. His mother nuzzled his soft fur. "It sounds like you had a very unforgettable day, my little Pip," she whispered. Pip smiled, closing his eyes. The meadow was quiet now, save for the gentle chirp of crickets. He dreamt of blue wings, wise old eyes, and the sweet taste of strawberries. He knew that this was just the beginning. The world was full of friends to meet and adventures to be had, and he couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring. And that was the unforgettable day of a baby bunny named Pip, a day that taught him about courage, friendship, and the joy of coming home. Thank you so much for joining us for Pip's big adventure. We hope you loved it as much as we did. If you enjoyed our story, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our next tale. We'd love to have you as part of our Storytime family. See you next time. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Get ready for a dose of pure cuteness, because today we're spending a whole day with the world's most chill baby animal, a capybara pup. Let's call him Pip. Our little Pip is just a few weeks old, all fluffy and wobbly, and he's about to have a day he'll never forget. Are you ready? Let's dive in. The sun peeks over the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow across the wetlands. Pip stirs, nestled safely between his mom and a mountain of his aunties and uncles. For a baby capybara, family is everything. He's part of a huge, close-knit group, and the first order of business is always a group snuggle. He lets out a tiny squeak, nudging his mom for his morning milk. It's the perfect, cozy start to any day. A warm belly and the comfort of his herd. After his breakfast, it is time for Pip's first big lesson of the day, learning to be a proper capybara. And what's the #1 rule of being a capybara? Relaxing. His dad, the biggest and calmest capybara in the group, leads the way. He plops down by the water's edge, closes his eyes, and soaks up the morning sun. Pip watches, his little head tilting. He tries to copy his dad, plopping down with a soft thud. It's not quite as graceful, but he's getting the hang of it. A few other animals, like a friendly turtle and some little birds, come to hang out. Pip learns that being a capybara means being a friend to everyone. No drama, just good vibes. But a baby can't sit still for long. Suddenly, Pip spots something fascinating, a bright blue butterfly fluttering just above the grass. His instincts kick in, and with a burst of energy, he's off. He bounces and hops, his little legs working hard to keep up. The butterfly dances in the air, leading him on a merry chase through the meadow. This is his first real adventure on his own, and the world is full of amazing new sights and smells. He stumbles over a root, does a little somersault, and gets right back up, more determined than ever. All that running around has made Pip a little warm. Luckily, his mom knows just the thing. She gives him a gentle nudge towards the water. Pip hesitates for a moment. The water looks big and mysterious. But then he sees his older siblings splash in with joyful abandon. With a deep breath and a little leap of faith, Pip follows them in. The cool water is amazing. He discovers he's a natural swimmer. His little webbed feet paddle furiously as he learns to float and dive. He pops his head up, water streaming from his fur, and lets out a happy chirp. This is the best game ever. After their swim, it's time for lunch. For a capybara, that means one thing: grass, and lots of it. Pip joins the herd as they graze peacefully. He nibbles on the juiciest, tenderest shoots he can find, learning from his mom which plants are the tastiest. This is another important lesson: finding the best food. Munching side by side with his family, Pip feels safe and content. It's a simple pleasure, but it's one of the best parts of his day.
The world feels right when you're sharing a meal with the ones you love.
As the afternoon sun gets high and hot, it's time for the ultimate capybara activity, the onsen, or hot tub time. Okay, it's a natural hot spring, but it might as well be a luxury spa. The whole herd sinks into the warm, mineral-rich water. It's pure bliss. Pip finds a comfy spot right next to his grandpa, who has a few monkeys grooming his fur. Pip watches, mesmerized. He learns another key to happiness. A good spa day can solve almost anything. He closes his eyes, feeling the warmth seep into his little body, and he might have even dozed off for a minute or two. Refreshed from their spa session, it's time for some more playtime. This time, it's a game of Pounce the Sibling. Pip and his brothers and sisters chase each other in circles, rolling and tumbling in the soft grass. It's all in good fun, a way to practice their agility and strengthen their bonds. Pip might be the smallest, but he's quick. He dodges and weaves, letting out playful squeaks. These moments of carefree fun are what being a kid is all about, no matter what species you are.
But the day holds one more surprise.
As Pip is resting near the edge of the forest, a strange, spiky creature waddles out from the bushes. It's a baby tapir, just as curious and clumsy as Pip is. They stare at each other for a long moment. Two different worlds colliding. Hesitantly, Pip takes a step forward. The tapir wiggles its funny little trunk. A new friendship is born. They spend the next hour exploring together, sniffing at flowers and chasing grasshoppers. It's a beautiful reminder that friendship can be found in the most unexpected places. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, a gentle quiet falls over the wetlands. The day's adventures are coming to an end.
Pip's mom calls to him with a soft rumble, and he knows it's time to head back to the group.
He says goodbye to his new tapir friend, promising to play again tomorrow. He finds his spot in the middle of the family huddle, feeling tired but incredibly happy. He's learned so much today: how to swim, how to find the best grass, how to make new friends, and most importantly, how to just be. The stars begin to appear in the night sky. Curled up against his mom's warm side, listening to the gentle sounds of the wetlands and the soft breathing of his family, Pip drifts off to sleep. He dreams of butterflies, swimming in cool water, and his new, spiky friend. It was an unforgettable day, full of firsts and full of joy. And for a baby capybara, that's just about the most perfect day you can ask for. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful journey with little Pip. If you loved spending the day with this adorable capybara, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more heartwarming animal adventures. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Pip's day was. Until next time, stay curious and stay kind. Video opens with a close-up of a tiny kitten, Leo, yawning widely in a soft, sunlit bed. Good morning, world!
Or at least, good morning from this little ball of fluff.
This is Leo, and his day is just getting started. What's on the agenda for a tiny kitten like him? Well, first things first, a big, long stretch to wake up every single tiny muscle. Look at that! He's like a furry little accordion. Now that he's officially awake, it's time for the most important meal of the day: breakfast. And for Leo, breakfast means one thing and one thing only: warm, delicious milk. You can hear his little purrs from here. It's the engine that powers his entire day of adventures. He's so focused, his tiny ears twitching with every sip. Nothing else in the world matters right now. With a full belly, it's time for a post-meal bath. Leo is a very clean little guy. His mother taught him well. Watch how he meticulously cleans his paws, then his face, then those adorable little ears. It's a full-on spa treatment. Kidding. He's getting himself all dapper and ready for the big, wide world. Which, for now, is this living room. And what's the first adventure? The Great Toy Mouse Expedition. This little red mouse is his arch nemesis, his greatest challenge. Look at him go. The classic kitten pounce. The wiggle before the attack. It's all instinct. He stalks it. He chases it. He bats it under the sofa. Oh no! A temporary defeat. But a true adventurer never gives up. He's already peeking under the couch, plotting his next move. Wait, what's that? A new discovery. A sunbeam. For a kitten, a patch of warm sunlight on the floor isn't just light. It's a magical, sparkling playground. He's trying to catch the little dust motes dancing in the light. It's like they're tiny, glittering fairies only he can see. This is pure, simple joy, isn't it? He rolls around, soaking up the warmth, completely captivated. It's the little things in life, right? All that playing is hard work. Time for a power nap. But where's the best spot? Not his bed. That's too predictable. How about inside this empty cardboard box? Perfect. For a cat, a simple box is not just a box. It's a fortress, a castle, a secret hideout. It's safe, it's dark, it's cozy. He curls up into the tiniest little ball, and just like that, he's recharging for the next round of fun. Sweet dreams, little explorer. After a good nap, Leo's feeling brave. It's time to meet the other resident of the house. The big, gentle, golden retriever, Max. At first, Leo is a bit cautious. He approaches slowly, his tail low, sniffing the air. Max, being the good old soul he is, just lies there, patiently letting the little one investigate. He gives a gentle tail wag, as if to say, "It's okay, little friend." And just like that, a friendship is born. Leo, feeling bolder, starts batting playfully at Max's tail. Max doesn't mind one bit. He seems to understand that this tiny creature just wants to play. He lets Leo climb all over him. A patient, furry mountain for the tiny kitten to conquer. It's amazing to see how different animals can form such gentle and loving bonds. This is a friendship we could all learn from. As the afternoon sun begins to set, casting a warm, golden glow across the room, it's time for some quality cuddles. Leo finds his favorite human and climbs right up onto their lap.
This is what it's all about.
After a long day of exploring, playing, and making new friends, there's nothing better than being held close, feeling safe and loved. His purr is back, louder than ever. It's his way of saying thank you and I love you. He needs the soft blanket, a sign of ultimate comfort and contentment. He's getting sleepy again? His eyes are slowly closing. It's been a huge day for such a little guy. He explored new territories, battled fierce toy mice, discovered the magic of sunbeams, and even made a friend 10 times his size. From his first yawn in the morning to these last sleepy purrs in the evening. Leo's day was packed with adventure, learning, and so much love. As he drifts off to sleep, you can't help but smile. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unforgettable days are the simple ones, filled with small wonders and a whole lot of heart. Every day is a brand new adventure waiting to happen, especially when you see it through the eyes of a kitten. Thank you so much for spending this wonderful day with little Leo. We hope his adventures brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed watching him grow and play, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming moments. We'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams, everyone. Deep in the heart of a sun-dappled forest, a new day was dawning, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and gold. Curled up in a cozy bed of ferns, a tiny fawn named Pip stirred. He blinked open his big, curious eyes, still new to the world. A gentle nudge from his mother, a graceful doe, was his morning alarm clock. It was time to explore. Pip wobbled to his feet, his long, spindly legs still a bit clumsy. He took a tentative step, then another, his spotted coat blending perfectly with the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves. The forest floor was a treasure trove of new sensations. The damp earth felt cool beneath his hooves, and the sweet scent of pine needles and wildflowers filled the air. His mother led him to a small, glistening stream. The sound of trickling water was like a quiet song. Pip cautiously lowered his head for his first drink, his reflection staring back at him with wide, innocent eyes. The water was crisp and refreshing. Suddenly, a bright blue dragonfly zipped past his nose, and Pip jumped back in surprise, much to his mother's gentle amusement. They wandered deeper into the woods, his mother teaching him the secrets of their home. She showed him which tender green shoots were the most delicious to nibble on, and which berries were sweet and juicy. Pip, a quick learner, tasted everything. He discovered the tangy flavor of wild clover and the sweet burst of a sun-ripened raspberry. Every new taste was a delightful surprise. As they moved through a clearing, Pip's ears swiveled, catching a rustling sound in the bushes. He froze, his heart thumping a little faster. Out hopped a fluffy, long-eared rabbit, its nose twitching. Pip had never seen another creature so different from himself. He took a hesitant step forward, full of curiosity. The rabbit, equally intrigued, hopped a little closer. For a moment, they just stared at each other, two young inhabitants of the forest meeting for the first time. Then, with a flick of its tail, the rabbit bounded away, leaving Pip to wonder about all the other neighbors he had yet to meet. The midday sun warmed Pippa's back as he and his mother rested in a meadow filled with golden buttercups. He watched a kaleidoscope of butterflies dance in the air, their wings like tiny, colorful jewels. He tried to chase one, his gangly legs carrying him in a playful, bouncy gallop. He tumbled over his own hooves more than once, but he always got right back up, his tail wagging with pure joy. The world was his playground. Later, a soft pitter-patter sound began. Rain. Fat, cool drops started to fall from the sky. His mother quickly guided him under the broad leaves of an ancient oak tree in Not Charada, Umbretta. Pip watched, mesmerized, as the rain washed the forest clean, making the greens brighter and the air smell even fresher. He saw a snail slowly making its way across a leaf, its shell a perfect spiral. The rain wasn't scary. It was just another part of the forest's magic. As the shower passed, a magnificent rainbow arched across the sky. Pip had never seen anything so beautiful. The vibrant colors seemed to promise that the world was full of wonder and good things. He stood beside his mother, gazing at the spectacle, feeling safe and content. She groomed his coat with her warm tongue, a comforting gesture that told him he was loved. The afternoon brought another adventure. While his mother grazed peacefully, Pip's curiosity led him to a small hollow in a log. Peeking inside, he saw a family of chipmunks, chattering and scurrying about, their cheeks stuffed with nuts. They were so busy and full of energy, one little chipmunk paused, looked right at Pip, and let out a series of high-pitched chirps, as if to say hello. Pip felt a connection to this bustling little family. As evening approached, the light in the forest grew soft and golden. The birds began their evening chorus, a beautiful symphony to end the day. Pip was starting to feel tired. His little legs had carried him far, and his mind was full of all the new sights, sounds, and smells. It had been a big day, an unforgettable day. His mother led him back to their sheltered spot, the bed of ferns now feeling like the most comfortable place in the world. He curled up close to her, feeling the warmth of her body and listening to the steady, reassuring beat of her heart. The forest was quieting down, whispering its nightly lullabies. Pip closed his eyes, his dreams already filled with butterflies, friendly rabbits, and sparkling streams. He had learned so much. He learned that the forest was not just a place to live, but a community full of life and wonder. He learned about courage, curiosity, and the simple joy of a sunny meadow. Most importantly, he learned that with his mother by his side, he was safe, loved, and ready for whatever new adventures tomorrow would bring. And in the quiet heart of the forest, the little fawn slept soundly. Thank you so much for joining us on Pip's Unforgettable Day. If you enjoyed this journey through the forest, please give this video a thumbs up and do forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do miss our next adventure. We'll see you soon! Will? Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Get ready for a story that's guaranteed to melt your heart. Today, we're following a tiny, fluffy duckling on what might just be the most unforgettable day of its young life. Let's call him Pip. Our story begins at the crack of dawn, nestled in a cozy, reed-lined nest by a shimmering pond. Pip wakes up with a little wiggle and a soft peep. The morning sun is just starting to warm his yellow down, and the world smells of damp earth and fresh water lilies. He peeks out from under his mother's wing, his little black eyes wide with curiosity. His brothers and sisters are still sleeping soundly, a pile of fluffy warmth. But Pip is an adventurer. He can hear the gentle lapping of the water, the chirping of crickets, and the deep, reassuring quack of his mother. It's a brand new day, and for a little duckling, that means a world of possibilities is waiting just a waddle away. Slowly, carefully, Pip crawls out of the nest. The ground feels cool and slightly damp beneath his webbed feet. He takes a deep breath of the morning air. His mother watches him with a loving eye, giving a soft quack as if to say, "All right, little one, let's get this day started." One by one, the other ducklings begin to stir, shaking their feathers and joining Pip. It's breakfast time, and that means Their very first swimming lesson is about to begin. Pip looks at the vast, sparkling water of the pond. It looks a little intimidating, but with his mom leading the way, he feels a surge of courage. Mama Duck slides gracefully into the water, her movements smooth and effortless. She turns and calls to her brood with a series of encouraging quacks. The ducklings hesitate at the water's edge, peering into the clear depths. Pip is the first to take the plunge. He closes his eyes, takes a tiny leap of faith, and splash! The water is cool and surprisingly buoyant. He bobs back up to the surface like a little cork, shaking his head and sending tiny droplets flying. He did it! He's swimming! A wave of pure joy rushes through him. One by one, his siblings follow his brave example, their little splashes creating a chorus of plops around their mother.
They paddle their feet furiously, trying to keep up with her as she glides ahead.
Pip discovers he's a natural. He loves the feeling of the water flowing past his feathers. He learns to dip his head under the surface, searching for tasty little water plants and insects just like his mom shows them. It's a floating breakfast buffet. The world beneath the surface is a magical place, with sunbeams dancing through the water and tiny fish darting past. After a delicious meal, it's time for some exploration. Mama Duck leads her little flotilla across the pond, past towering cattails and beautiful, blooming water lilies. Pip is fascinated by everything. He watches a dragonfly with iridescent wings hover over a lily pad, and he tries to chase a water strider as it skates across the surface. He feels so grown up, exploring this big, new world. Their journey takes them to the other side of the pond, where a grassy bank slopes down to the water. This is a whole new environment to discover. As they waddle ashore, shaking the water from their feathers, a new sound catches Pip's attention. It's a gentle, rhythmic ribbit. Hiding amongst the green reeds is a big, friendly bullfrog. The frog blinks its large, golden eyes at the line of ducklings. Pip, ever the curious one, waddles a little closer. The frog lets out another loud ribbit, and Pip jumps back with a surprised little peep. Much to the amusement of his siblings, he's never seen a creature like this before. It's not a duck. It's not a bug. It's something entirely new and exciting. They spend a few moments observing each other, a tiny duckling and a wise old frog, two different residents of the same beautiful pond. The sun is high in the sky now, and it's getting warm. It's time for a nap. Mama Duck finds a sheltered spot under the shade of a weeping willow tree. The ducklings huddle close together, feeling safe and secure next to their mother. Pip rests his head on his brother's back, his little body tired from all the swimming and exploring. He drifts off to sleep, his dreams filled with the sensations of the day, the cool water, the warm sun, and the friendly ribbit of the frog. It's been a morning full of firsts, and the day isn't even over yet. After their nap, the energy is back. It's time to play. Pip and his siblings engage in a fun game of chase, waddling as fast as their little legs can carry them through the soft grass. They tumble over each other in a heap of fluff and giggles. Well, duckling peeps. They practice flapping their tiny, underdeveloped wings, imagining a day when they'll be able to soar into the sky. Pip discovers a gentle slope and has a brilliant idea. He waddles to the top and slides down on his belly, landing in a soft patch of clover. Soon, all the ducklings are taking turns on their natural, grassy slide. It's pure, simple fun. As they are playing, they notice a group of much larger birds wading in the shallows. These are elegant white herons, standing tall and still on their long, stick-like legs. Pip and his siblings watch in awe. The herons are so graceful and patient, a stark contrast to their own playful, clumsy antics. It's another lesson from the pond. The world is filled with all kinds of creatures, each with its own unique way of being. Mama Duck keeps a watchful eye, ensuring her babies keep a respectful distance. She knows that while the pond is beautiful, it also has its dangers, and it's her job to teach them to be aware. The afternoon sun begins to cast long shadows across the water. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the willow tree. It's time to head back to the nest. The family glides back across the pond, The water now a beautiful shade of gold and orange from the setting sun. Pip feels a comfortable sense of tiredness. His little muscles ache from all the paddling, and his belly is full. He swims close to his mother, feeling her warmth and protection. He looks back at the path they traveled, the lily pads, the friendly frog's hiding spot, and the grassy bank. It feels like he's been on an epic journey. As they arrive back at the nest, the world is growing quiet. The daytime birds are singing their last songs, and the evening chorus of crickets is just beginning. The ducklings clamber back into their soft, warm home, one by one. Pip is one of the last to get in. He takes one final look at the pond, the moon now reflecting on its calm surface. He's seen so much today, learned so much, and felt so much. It was a day of adventure, of discovery, of family, and of fun. Snuggled tightly between his mother and his sister, Pip closes his eyes. He can still feel the gentle rock of the water and hear his mother's soft, sleepy quacks. It was more than just a good day. It was an unforgettable day. The day he learned to swim, made a new friend, and discovered the vast, wonderful world that lay just beyond his nest. And as he drifts into a deep, peaceful sleep, he knows, with all the certainty a little duckling can have, that tomorrow will bring another adventure. Thank you so much for joining us on Pip's Big Day. If you enjoyed this little story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales from the animal kingdom. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Pip's adventure was. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome everyone to a truly special corner of the world, where we about to witness a day in the life of a creature full of wonder and innocence, a baby elephant. Our little star today is named Elara, which means shining light, and you're about to see just how brightly she shines. As the morning sun filters through the acacia trees, painting the savannah in shades of gold and orange, our story begins. The herd is already stirring, a symphony of low rumbles and soft rustles, and there, tucked securely between her mother's massive legs, is little Elara, just waking up. Her eyes, still a bit sleepy, blink open to a world of endless adventure. For a calf her age, every single day is a classroom, and today's lesson is all about exploration. With a gentle nudge from her mother, Elara stumbles to her feet. Her legs are still a bit wobbly, but her spirit is anything but. She lets out a tiny, high-pitched trumpet, a sound full of excitement for the day ahead. The first order of business.
Breakfast. Of course.
But learning to use that amazing trunk is trickier than it looks. Watch as she tries to grasp a tuft of grass, her trunk curling and uncurling like a confused noodle. It's a clumsy dance, and more often than not, she ends up with a face full of dirt. Her mother, ever patient, shows her how it's done, expertly plucking vegetation and bringing it to her mouth. Elara watches, her big eyes wide with concentration, trying to mimic every move. It's these small, tender moments that build the foundation of her survival. After a few more failed attempts and a successful drink of her mother's milk, it's time for the herd to move. Today, they're heading towards the watering hole, a journey that's a highlight for any elephant, big or small. Walking in a long, single-file line is a crucial skill. Elara stays close, her tiny tail sometimes held by the trunk of the auntie walking behind her. This isn't just a casual stroll. It's a moving fortress. The older, experienced matriarch leads the way, while the other adults form a protective circle around the precious young ones, always vigilant, always watching. For Elara, it's like being in the safest, most loving parade in the world. As they travel, the savannah reveals its many wonders. A kaleidoscope of butterflies flutters past, and Elara, in a burst of playful energy, tries to chase them. Her ears flap, her little legs pump, and her trunk swings wildly. She stumbles, tumbles, and rolls, only to get right back up, covered in dust but beaming with joy. This is play, but it's also practice. This seemingly silly chase is honing her coordination, building her muscles, and teaching her about the world around her. Her antics bring a sense of lightheartedness to the entire herd, a reminder of the pure, unadulterated joy of being young. Finally,
They arrive. The watering hole.
It's the social hub of the savannah, a bustling oasis teeming with life. Other herds are already there, and the air is filled with greetings and rumbles. For Alara, this is a sensory overload in the best possible way. The smell of wet earth, the sight of so much water, the sounds of splashing and trumpeting, it's exhilarating. But there's a moment of hesitation. The water looks so big, so deep. Her mother walks in confidently, spraying water over her back with a contented sigh. She turns and gives Alara a soft call of encouragement. Come on in, little one. The water's fine. Taking a deep breath, Alara takes her first tentative step into the shallows. The cool water swirls around her ankles, and a shiver of delight runs through her. She takes another step, and another, until she's submerged up to her belly. And then the real fun begins. She discovers the joy of spraying water with her trunk. At first, it's just accidental puffs, but soon she's figuring it out, dousing herself, her mom, and an unsuspecting older cousin who responds with a playful splash of her own. A full-blown water fight erupts. A joyful chaos of splashing, trumpeting, and pure, unbridled fun. This isn't just play. It's a crucial part of elephant life.
The water cools them down, and the mud they'll roll in next acts as a natural sunblock and insect repellent.
Alara watches the adults plaster themselves in thick, gooey mud, and she eagerly follows suit. She rolls and wiggles, covering every inch of her little body, emerging as a miniature mud monster. She looks absolutely ridiculous and absolutely adorable. It's a spa day, elephant style, and Alara is loving every single second. She feels safe, happy, and completely at home. As the afternoon sun begins to dip lower, painting the sky in fiery hues, a change comes over the herd. It's time to head back to their resting grounds. The energy shifts from playful exuberance to a calm, quiet contentment.
Alara, now clean after another quick rinse, is starting to feel the day's excitement catch up with her.
Her steps are a little slower, her eyelids a little heavier. She walks so closely to her mother that she's practically leaning against her leg. The gentle, rhythmic motion of the herd is like a lullaby. She's exhausted, but it's the best kind of tired though kind that comes after a day full of learning, laughter, and love. Back in the familiar grove of trees, the herd settles in for the night. The adults stand in a close-knit circle, a living, breathing wall of protection. Inside the safe haven, the little ones can finally rest. Alara doesn't even make it to her usual sleeping spot before she collapses into a soft heap, her trunk curled up near her mouth. Her mother stands guard, gently caressing Alara's back with the tip of her trunk. The savannah grows quiet, except for the soft rumbles of a sleeping herd and the distant calls of the wild. Watching her now, sleeping so soundly, it's hard to believe all the adventure she packed into just one day. It was a day that strengthened her body, sharpened her mind, and filled her heart. It was a perfect day in the life of a baby elephant, a beautiful chapter in her journey of growing up wild and free. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey with little Alara. It's a powerful reminder of the beauty and wonder that exists in the natural world. If you loved spending the day with her as much as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing wildlife stories. We'll see you on the next adventure. Hello, animal lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Get ready for a dose of cuteness that's almost too much to handle. Today, we're spending a whole day with a tiny, big-eared wonder, a baby fennec fox. Meet Fifi. Isn't she just the most adorable little creature you've ever seen?
Those enormous ears aren't just for show.
They help her stay cool in the hot desert and listen for the tiniest sounds. As the sun peeks over the horizon, Fifi's day begins not with a roar, but with a tiny, sleepy yawn. She stretches her little legs, emerging from her cozy den. First thing on the agenda, a bit of morning grooming. Fifi meticulously cleans her sandy-colored fur, making sure she's looking her best. After a quick cuddle with her mom, her playful energy starts to bubble up. The world is a giant playground, and for a baby fennec fox, everything is an invitation to explore. Now, It's time for breakfast. In the wild, fennec foxes are omnivores, eating everything from insects and small rodents to plants and fruits. Here, Fifi enjoys a specially prepared meal that mimics her natural diet. Look at her go!
She nibbles with such enthusiasm, her little nose twitching with every bite.
It's fascinating to watch these natural instincts at play, even at such a young age.
She's learning to pounce and dig, skills that will be crucial for finding food when she's older.
Every pebble is a potential snack to investigate, and every rustle in the grass is a mystery to solve. With a full belly, it's officially playtime. Fennec foxes are incredibly social and playful animals. Fifi's favorite game, chase the tail.
She spins in circles, a whirlwind of fluff and energy, trying to catch her own bushy tail.
It's hilarious and heartwarming all at once. She also loves to dig. It's in her nature. Watch as her tiny paws move at lightning speed, sending sand flying everywhere. She's practicing building burrows, creating a network of tunnels that will one day be her home, providing shelter from the desert heat and potential predators. This isn't just fun and games.
It's an essential part of her education.
As the midday sun gets warmer, it's time for a siesta.
Like many desert animals, fennec foxes are most active during the cooler parts of the day, like dawn and dusk.
Fifi finds a shady spot, curls up into a tiny ball, and lets those big ears rest. You can see her little chest rising and falling as she drifts off into dreamland. What do you think a baby fennec fox dreams about? Maybe chasing grasshoppers or discovering a tasty berry? This downtime is crucial for conserving energy for the adventures that await her later in the day. It's a peaceful moment, showcasing the calmer side of this energetic little fox. Look who's awake, refreshed from her nap. Fifi is ready for some enrichment. Enrichment activities are super important for animals in human care.
They stimulate their minds and encourage natural behaviors.
Today, Fifi has a puzzle feeder. She has to use her intelligence and dexterity to figure out how to get to the tasty treats hidden inside. Watch her sniff, poke, and paw at the toy.
You can almost see the gears turning in her little head. Success! She's figured it out.
This kind of mental exercise keeps her sharp, happy, and engaged. It's a perfect blend of learning and reward. Now, for a lesson in climbing. While they are masters of digging, fennec foxes are also surprisingly agile climbers. Fifi is carefully exploring some low-lying rocks and branches. Each step is a test of balance and strength. She's cautious but curious, her big eyes taking in everything around her. This climbing practice helps develop her muscles and coordination. It's amazing to see her navigate the terrain, using her tail for balance just like a little tightrope walker. Every new height she reaches is a small victory, building her confidence for the bigger world she has yet to explore. As evening approaches, the energy in the air changes. This is prime time for a fennec fox. The temperature drops, and the desert comes alive. Fifi's senses are on high alert. Those incredible ears pivot like satellite dishes, catching every distant sound. Her large eyes, perfect for low-light conditions, scan the surroundings. She practices her pouncing skills, leaping onto imaginary prey with surprising accuracy. This is her getting in touch with her inner hunter. It's a beautiful display of the wild spirit that lives inside this tiny, adorable package. Her instincts are sharp, honed by thousands of years of evolution. It's time for one last burst of play before bedtime. Fifi engages in a gentle game with her keeper. This interaction is vital for building trust and a positive bond. Notice how gentle the play is. It's all about positive reinforcement and fun. She loves chasing a soft toy, darting back and forth with incredible speed. These moments of connection are just as important as food and shelter. They ensure she feels safe and loved, which is essential for her overall well-being. What a perfect way to wind down an exciting day. As our unforgettable day with Fifi comes to an end, she enjoys her final meal. Tired from a day full of discovery, play, and learning, she makes her way back to her cozy den. She curls up, tucks her nose under her bushy tail, and prepares for a long, restful sleep. From her sleepy morning yawns to her energetic evening sprints, we've witnessed the wonderful world of a baby fennec fox. It's a reminder of the incredible diversity and beauty of the animal kingdom. Thank you so much for joining us on this adorable adventure with Fifi. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
If you fell in love with this little desert dweller,
Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing animal encounters. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Fifi's day was. Until next time, stay curious. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Get ready for a dose of cuteness overload because today we're spending a whole day with a tiny, fluffy, wide-eyed baby flying squirrel. Let's call him Pip. Right now, he's just waking up, tucked away snugly in a tree hollow with his mom and siblings. Look at that little yawn. It's a tough life being this adorable. Pip's nest is a cozy ball of lichen, moss, and shredded bark, high up in an old oak tree. This isn't just about looking sharp. It's a crucial bonding moment and helps keep him clean and healthy. Pip, being the playful little guy he is, tries to turn it into a wrestling match, nibbling gently on his mom's paws. The day is just beginning. An adventure is already on his mind. Breakfast time. Mom has returned with a feast of tender buds and a few tasty insects she caught. For a growing baby like Pip, protein is super important. He's a clumsy eater, tumbling over his siblings to get the best bits. You can see his instincts are already kicking in. He tries to hoard a particularly delicious-looking beetle, tucking it away in a corner of the nest. It's a funny sight, this tiny creature already practicing for a future of stashing nuts and seeds. After breakfast, it's playtime, which is really just squirrel school in disguise. His mom encourages him and his siblings to explore the branches just outside the nest. This is where Pip gets to practice the skills he'll need for survival. He's a bit wobbly on his feet, cautiously testing each branch, his little claws gripping the bark tightly. His tail, which isn't just for steering during flight, but also for balance, twitches back and forth like a metronome. Now, for the main event, learning to glide. Flying squirrels don't actually fly. They glide using a special membrane of skin called a patagium, which stretches from their wrists to their ankles. Mom demonstrates first, leaping effortlessly from a high branch and soaring to a nearby tree. She makes it look so easy. Now, it's Pip's turn. He shuffles to the edge of the branch, peering down. You can almost feel his hesitation. The world looks so big from up here. He takes a deep breath, gathers all his courage, and leaps. For a split second, he just tumbles through the air, but then instinct takes over. He stretches out his legs, and his patagium catches the air like a parachute. It's not the most graceful glide, more of a controlled fall. Really, but he does it. He lands with a soft thump on a lower branch. A little startled, but visibly proud. He did it! His first real glide, he chirps excitedly. A little victory call to his family. After all that excitement, it's time for a midday nap. The whole family huddles together again, a big pile of fluff. This communal napping helps them conserve body heat and stay safe from daytime predators like hawks. While Pip sleeps, his little body is hard at work, converting that breakfast into energy and building the muscles he needs for more gliding practice. Even in sleep, his nose and whiskers twitch, probably dreaming of soaring through the forest canopy. As dusk begins to settle, the forest comes alive with new sounds and smells, and the squirrel family wakes up for their second round of activity. Flying squirrels are nocturnal, so this is their prime time. The air is cooler, and the darkness provides cover from predators. Mom leads the way, and this time, Pip is much more confident. He follows her from tree to tree, his glides becoming longer and more controlled with each attempt. He's learning to read the wind and adjust his body to steer. Look at him go! He's using his tail like a rudder, making sharp turns to avoid branches. He even tries a little flare, a small flip as he lands. He's a natural! This is what he was born to do. He's exploring the world, learning the layout of his home territory, which trees have the best nuts, where the safest hiding spots are, and which branches make the best launch pads. Tonight's dinner is a special treat. A handful of acorns that Mom had stashed away. Pip is learning how to crack them open with his sharp little teeth. It takes a few tries, but he finally gets to the tasty meat inside. Watching him, you can see the intelligence and problem-solving skills these amazing animals possess. He's not just eating, He's learning a vital survival skill that will feed him for the rest of his life. As the night deepens, the lessons continue. Mom teaches Pip how to listen for danger. A snap of a twig, the hoot of a distant owlery sound has a meaning. Pip freezes, his big eyes scanning the darkness, his ears swiveling to pinpoint the source of the noise. It's a false alarm. Just a raccoon shuffling through the leaves below. The family relaxes, but the lesson is learned. Always be alert. The day, or rather, the night, is winding down. Pip is exhausted, but exhilarated. He's taken his first flight, explored his world, and filled his belly. He follows his mom back to the cozy nest high in the oak tree. He snuggles in close, surrounded by the warmth and safety of his family. He's had an unforgettable day, full of challenges and triumphs. He's one step closer to becoming an independent master glider of the forest. What an incredible journey to witness! From that first tentative yawn to his confident glides through the twilight, Pip has shown us the resilience and wonder of nature.
It's a reminder of the beautiful, intricate lives that unfold all around us, often just out of sight.
Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure with little Pip. If you loved watching him grow and learn, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the wild. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying to the vast, icy landscapes of the North Atlantic to spend a day with one of the most adorable creatures on Earth, a baby harp seal. Let's meet our little star, a fluffy white pup named Frosty. Look at him! Barely a few weeks old, Frosty is a bundle of pure white fur, a stark contrast to the endless blue and white of his icy nursery. His big, dark eyes are full of curiosity. For now, his main job is to eat and grow. His mother's milk is incredibly rich, packed with fat to help him build up a thick layer of blubber. This blubber is like a personal, built-in winter coat, essential for surviving the freezing temperatures. Frosty spends most of his time snoozing on the ice, conserving energy, but when he's awake, he's a little explorer. He wiggles and rolls, getting used to his body. You might see him stretching, or even trying to mimic his mother's movements. This isn't just play, it's a vital learning process. Every nudge and every sound from his mom teaches him about the world. His mother is never far away. She's fiercely protective, constantly scanning the horizon for any potential danger, like polar bears. Her bond with Frosty is incredibly strong. She recognizes him by his unique scent. After a fishing trip in the icy waters below, she calls out,
And Frosty will answer with his own distinct cry, guiding her back to him for another much-needed meal.
But today, something new is happening. Frosty is getting restless. The ice floe he calls home is his entire world, but the call of the ocean is growing stronger. He shuffles closer to the edge, his nose twitching as he sniffs the salty air. This is a huge moment. His mother watches him closely, giving him gentle encouragement. That first dip into the water is a massive step. He hesitates for a moment, then, with a little splash, he's in. The initial shock of the cold water is quickly replaced by a sense of wonder. Under the surface, a whole new world opens up. The light filters through the ice, creating an ethereal blue glow. For the first time, Frosty is truly weightless, twisting and turning with the grace he doesn't have on land. His mother swims beside him, a reassuring presence in this vast, new playground. These first swimming lessons are short but crucial. He learns how to hold his breath, how to propel himself with his flippers, and how to navigate the currents. It's instinct, but it still takes practice. You can see the pure joy on his face as he glides through the water, a natural acrobat in his element. He's discovering a part of himself that was always there, just waiting for the right moment. As his confidence grows, so does his sense of adventure. He starts to interact with other pups who are also learning to swim. They chase each other in playful circles, diving and researching. This social interaction is important. It helps them develop the skills they'll need when they eventually form their own groups. It's like the first day of school, but way colder. But being a baby seal isn't all fun and games. He's also starting to molt. That iconic white, fluffy coat, called lanugo, isn't waterproof. It served its purpose of keeping him warm on the ice. Now, he's shedding it to reveal a sleek, silvery gray coat with dark spots, just like an adult harp seal. This new coat is perfect for a life spent in the ocean. The molting process can make him look a bit patchy and scruffy for a while, but it's a sign that he's growing up. With this new coat comes a new diet. Soon, his mother will stop producing milk. This is the toughest part of a young seal's life. He must learn to hunt for himself. He starts by watching his mother catch small fish and crustaceans. He'll try to mimic her, at first clumsily, chasing after tiny prey. Many of his attempts will fail, but hunger is a powerful motivator. Each failed hunt is a lesson learned. Today, after many tries, he succeeds. He snags a small shrimp. It's not much, but it's a monumental victory. This is the moment he truly starts on the path to independence. He's no longer just a pup relying on his mother. He's a hunter, providing for himself. This first catch is a taste of the future, a future where he'll dive deeper and hunt bigger prey to survive in the harsh but beautiful Arctic as the sun begins to set, casting long, golden shadows across the ice. Frosty hauls himself out of the water, exhausted but triumphant. It has been an unforgettable day filled with firsts. His first real swim, his first interaction with other pups, and his first successful hunt.
He curls up near his mother, the familiar comfort of her presence, a welcome anchor after a day of discovery.
He closes his big, dark eyes, the day's adventures replaying in his mind. He is growing stronger, more skilled, and more independent with each passing hour. The world is vast and full of challenges, but today, Frosty has proven he has the courage and resilience to face it. He is a true child of the ice and the sea. And that's where we'll leave our little hero for today. Watching Frosty's journey is a powerful reminder of the beauty and fragility of life in the wild. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible Arctic adventure. If you enjoyed spending the day with Frosty, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next journey into the wild.
See you next time. Have you ever wondered what a day in the life of a tiny, spiky creature looks like?
Well, get ready for a cuteness overload, because today we're following a baby hedgehog on an unforgettable adventure. Meet Pip, our little hero. He's just woken up from a long nap, tucked safely in a cozy nest of leaves and moss. His nose twitches, sniffing the morning air. A new day has begun, and for a curious little hedgehog like Pip, that means a world of discovery awaits just beyond his leafy front door. First things first, breakfast. Pip's tiny legs carry him out into the garden, a giant jungle from his perspective. His mom has taught him what's good to eat.
He rustles through the undergrowth, his snout low to the ground, searching for yummy beetles and worms.
Look, he's found a wiggly earthworm. It's a bit of a struggle, but Pip is persistent. With a triumphant little wiggle, he slurps it down. A perfect start to a perfect day. A growing hedgehog needs his protein, after all. But the garden holds more than just food. It holds mysteries, and Pip is ready to solve them. With a full belly, Pip's adventurous spirit takes over. He spots something bright and red nestled amongst the green leaves. What could it be? It's a wild strawberry! He's never seen one up close before. He nudges it gently with his nose, then takes a tentative nibble. Sweet juice bursts into his mouth. It's the most delicious thing he's ever tasted. He munches on it happily, his tiny face sticky with red juice. This discovery is a gift. The garden isn't just a place to find worms.
It's a treasure chest of sweet surprises.
This single strawberry has just opened up a whole new world of flavors for our little explorer. Suddenly, a strange sound buzzes past his ear. Pip quickly curls into a tight, spiky ball, his natural defense mechanism kicking in. It's a wise move for a small creature in a big world. He peeks out cautiously. It's just a fuzzy bumblebee, busy collecting nectar from a clover flower.
Pip uncurls slowly, his curiosity outweighing his fear.
He watches, mesmerized, as the bee flits from one flower to another. He's learning an important lesson. Not everything that makes a strange noise is a threat. The world is full of fascinating creatures, each doing its own important job. As the sun climbs higher, the garden gets warmer. Pip feels a bit drowsy. He finds a cool, shady spot under a large fern leaf. It's the perfect place for a midday snooze. As he drifts off to sleep, he dreams of giant strawberries and friendly bumblebees. Even in his dreams, Pip's adventures continue. Resting is just as important as exploring, especially when you're a baby with so much growing to do. This little nap will recharge his energy for the second half of his big day. Sweet dreams, little Pip. Waking up, refreshed, Pip feels a new sense of bravery. He decides to venture further than ever before, to the edge of the garden where a small, clear stream trickles by. The sound of the water is new and exciting. He cautiously approaches the bank, his nose twitching at the damp, earthy smell. He sees his own reflection for the first time, a spiky little face with bright, curious eyes staring back at him. He dips a tiny paw into the cool water, startled at first, then intrigued. He takes a long, refreshing drink. This stream is a fantastic discovery, a source of fresh water and a whole new environment to explore. While at the stream, Pip has an unexpected encounter. A small frog, green and glossy, hops onto a nearby lily pad. Pip freezes, watching this strange, new creature. The frog lets out a loud ribbit, and Pip jumps back in surprise, but he doesn't curl up this time. He just watches. The frog seems friendly enough, just enjoying the afternoon sun. Pip has met a neighbor. This brief meeting teaches him that the world is diverse, filled with all sorts of different animals, each with its own unique look and sound. What an incredible day of learning! As the afternoon light softens, Pip hears a familiar shuffling sound. It's his mom. She's come to find him. She nudges him gently with her nose, checking to see if he's okay. Pip chirps happily, running circles around her, eager to tell her all about his day, the sweet strawberry, the buzzing bee, and the cool, clear stream. His mom listens patiently, her presence a warm blanket of safety and love. It's wonderful to be brave and explore, but it's even better to have someone to come home to. The sun begins to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. It's time to head back to the nest. With his mom by his side, Pip makes his way back through the garden. The world looks different in the twilight. The familiar paths seem cozier, and the chirping of crickets begins to fill the air. Pip is tired, but it's a happy, satisfied kind of tired. He's learned so much and seen so many new things. He feels a little bigger, a little braver, and a lot wiser than he was this morning. Back in the warm, safe nest, Pip snuggles close to his mom. He yawns, a big hedgehog yawn, his little body finally ready for a long night's sleep. As he closes his eyes, the day's events play back in his mind like a wonderful movie. The taste of the strawberry, the buzz of the bee, the cool splash of the streamlet was truly an unforgettable day. He drifts off to sleep, dreaming of all the new adventures that tomorrow will bring. And that's the life of a baby hedgehog, a world of wonder in your own backyard. Thank you so much for joining us on Pip's incredible journey today. If you enjoyed watching our little friend explore, please give this video a big thumbs up. And do you forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. See you soon!